and Reno Mokri, who joins us live via Zoom from the United Kingdom. Thank you for joining us on TVC News at 10. Well, we have read your post and we have seen your strong stance condemning media reports of the bogus delegate. What's your new stance with the federal government clarifying the number?
Well, I mean, I did say that anybody who believed that story is a person of below average intelligence. I mean, Sahara reporters who broke that story are a notoriously dishonest media. And it was followed by other, famously dishonest media, Arise TV for one, and other people. Look, I went on the website for COP28. I did it online. The story went viral. I went there and I registered today as a delegate. Registration is very easy, and anybody, you can take me on, you can actually go there and register. So now Nigeria doesn't just have 1,411 delegates, we now have +1, me, but I'm not going to go. And I'm a private citizen. What they do is that when you register, they ask you to produce your passport of nationality. And when you produce that, your passport of nationality, what happens is that you are now included as a delegate from the country whose passport you hold. So it was patently, dishonest for Sahara reporters to, if you look at what Sahara reporters said, they said that presidency funds 1,411 people with public funds. And then for a presidential candidate like Peter Obi to have jumped on that bandwagon, it only shows just his level of intelligence. Because why would you believe that a government would pay for 1,411 people to go on a conference like that? I was a presidential spokesman for 5 years, or rather for 4 years. Before any of these conferences, the presidency writes through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, they write to several businesses, organized private sector, non-governmental organizations, youth groups, all kinds of people to see how many people in Nigeria will be interested to go. It doesn't mean that you're going to fund them. So, the government's, would I say, their rebuttal, it's in order. I still think 422 was pretty large. I think that, given Nigeria's state of affairs now, we could have gone with a much smaller delegation. But that story was patently dishonest.
Okay, then, looking at this figure that's been bandied, are you saying that the other people who were on that delegation are all self-sponsored? And how exactly do you think they found their way there?
No, you see, like when you're having a conference of such nature, for instance, when you had the World Cup in Russia, you didn't even need a visa. If you registered for the World Cup, you got a ticket, that ticket served automatically as your visa. So when you are holding a conference like that, you have protocols that you sign with the United Nations where you temporarily lift travel restrictions to your country. So people who register, for instance, you got people like the chairman of UBA, you had people like the chairman of BUA, they went with several delegations, you had non-governmental organizations, you also had some entertainers, some, would I say, Nollywood people. Common sense would dictate that those people are private individuals. They would have paid their way. Now, it's going to be an invasion in their privacy to start saying, show us proof that you paid your way. But you can request from your government that how many people, because there's a freedom of information law, which our administration signed into law, you can request from your government, and the government has, in response to that, declared that, okay, we only sponsored 422 people. But here is the thing. Sahara reporters reported that the presidency funded 1,411 people. They lied. Peter Obi jumped on that bandwagon. Now, if you look at Peter Obi, for instance, this is one in a series of many, would I say, almost hypocrisies that this man engages in. For example, a month ago, two brothers, Chinedu and Omama, were burned to death in Onitsha, where he comes from. Peter Obi did not condemn that. But last year, 12th of May, 2022, one person was burned in Sokoto, Deborah Samuels, and immediately within hours, Peter Obi, he just condemned that.
Well, Mr. Mokri, we'll get to take some reaction.